All right, so now we're taking a look at my patented deadlift back take, or some people call it the Hodger Gracie back take as well. So essentially this is a back take that I like to do using the belt from north-south position. And before I show how I like to do it, I'm going to show how most people show this move and why I don't like to do it that way. So most of the time people show from the north-south, coming underneath, grabbing the lapels like this, and like lifting the person up to throw in the hooks and take the back. The reason I don't like using the lapels is because the control, once you take the lapels out, the control is situated on the shoulders. And so when you stand up, you're kind of like far away from the person, so you have to like drop back down to get the back. And then I find against higher skilled opponents, that kind of turns the situation into a scramble, and I usually end up losing the back. And then also some of my training partners figured out that when you go to lift a person like that, if they just straighten their arms, it will just pull their whole gi off. And so I stopped doing it with the lapels. And so now I like to do it with the belt, because the belt is a lot lower on the person's torso. So it gives me better control over the person's hips and allows me to actually pull their hips into my lap and get that chest to back connection that we want when we're looking for the back. So I find with the belt, it's much closer, tighter. And then even if the person scrambles and tries to turn away, by having this like grip on the belt, it kind of gives you good hip control so you can follow them. So what it looks like is usually, and the way that this happens is normally I pass, get the side control, and if I find the person is being very defensive, keeping their arms tucked in, they're kind of like crunching in a little bit, I can't get anything going, this is a perfect time to pivot to north-south, keeping a tight connection, and then all I need to get is underhooks on my partner's arms, like so, and then I'm gonna grab the belt and kind of pull it nice and tight. Now once I have this grip, I'm gonna tilt 45 degrees to one side, and then on the opposite side that I go to, that leg is gonna come underneath my partner's head. So I don't wanna just pull them straight back because their forehead will get caught in my armpit. So I'm gonna turn to the side, bring my knee underneath my partner's head, and then let me make sure I don't have any hair. Get underneath the head like so, and then I step up and I lean to the side and then pull the person on top of me so their head slips through this arm pit. So I pull them back, throw in the hook, and I still have this tight control in the belt, so if they try to spin either which way, I'll follow them. But then usually at this point I tilt them to the side, pinching my knees on the hips, and as I do that I throw in a choking threat so they worry about this, and then throw in my second hook. So once again, and again, this works really well when the person is like really shelled up, really tight, really defensive, like in a competition setting. They're really worried about getting submitted. So I get this grip, turn to the side, bring my knee under, lift your head up a little bit so I don't hurt you here, lean to the side, step up, and then I'm just leaning back, pulling the person on top, tilting to the side, getting my seatbelt, and throwing in my second hook. Give it a shot and let me know what you think. Boss.